This conference will now be recorded.
Brandon, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'm going to mute it for now.
Join me for a pledge of the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order of the August 11th Lawrence County Commission. Do we have any additions, corrections to the agenda, Bruce?
Mr. Chairman, we did issue an amended agenda, remove plat number 40. That will come up at your next meeting. It'll coincide with the request or petition to vacate a section line as well. One other note would be under the sheriff's time, we're still working with the city of Spearfish on the 2 agreements regarding the dispatching, et cetera. So those will be continued until the 25th.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know if any changes.
Motion to approve agenda.
Second.
Been moved by Ewing, second by Tisdale to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? And I just want to make note too that Commissioner Flanagan is not feeling well today, but he is joining us online. Any conflicts today?
No.
We all saw a copy of the regular meeting minutes from July 30th.
Motion approved. Second.
And moved by Tisdale, seconded by Comer to approve the July 30th County Commission minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? You all had a chance, motion carries. You have a chance to look at the bills.
I don't
Have any questions?
Not today.
Motion to approve the bill. Second.
And moved by Ewing, seconded by Comer to approve the bills as presented. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed, nay? Okay. Any personnel requests?
Yes, I have just one today, Chairman. It's to approve the new hire of Don Lally as a part-time fill-in dispatcher 2, grade 3, at a base pay of $27.41, effective August 11th.
Move to approve the request. Second.
And moved by Tisdale, seconded by Comer to approve the personnel request as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries. We didn't have any travel requests, did we?
I have none, Chairman.
Auditor's account with the treasurer.
This is as of July 31st, 2026. Total amount of deposits in the banks is $22,873,037.19. Included in that balance are a bank balance of $21,738,833.30. And then our money market account is $1,134,203.89. Total amount of actual cash is $1,350. Total amount of checks and drafts and treasurer's possession not exceeding 3 days is $95,569.06. Cash, $7,183.29. Petty cash, $2,725 for a total of $22,979,864.54.
Motion to approve the auditor's account with the treasurer. Second.
Been moved by Ewing, seconded by Tisdale to approve the account, auditor's account with the treasurer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay. Hard to think I saw a discrepancy there. All right, resolution 2026-21 for setting on sale, off sale liquor licenses.
This is a resolution setting the fees for the all of the licenses that are sold in Lawrence County. The ones closest to Spearfish, first class, this is liquor licenses, 1,500. Those with the current holders within the closest to the Lead Deadwood or Whitewood, second class municipality, are charged 1,200. The off-sale dealer's license, it's a $400 renewal. We still have some available there. And their new one is $27,000. And then the on-off sale wine is $500 renewal. There is no limit on those. I just need a motion to have the chairman sign.
And these are the same amounts as they have been in the past. And I might also notice that the county does not designate first and second class cities. They are state classification.
That's correct.
Make a motion for the chairman to sign. Second.
And moved by Comer, seconded by Tisdale to approve resolution 2621 for the liquor sale licenses and approve or authorize the chairman to sign. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries. I believe that brings us up to the sheriff.
Good morning. Good morning.
As it turns out, I lowballed this a little bit. We now have the accurate numbers for July, so July will show as our highest month in terms of revenue. We brought in $267,277.52. So in terms of where we are over the year, our year to date is $1,473,000. $483.82. If you don't count July, or I'm sorry, January, because January was kind of a short month for us and then we hadn't renegotiated our contract yet. So for the months that we've experienced that renegotiated rate rather, our average revenue stream per month is $214,240.45. This will put us on a pace, no guarantees, but just so you have, the simple math would suggest that we're on a pace to be somewhere north of 2.4 million for the year, which would, should that reveal itself, we'd be 1,400,000 over our goal. So things are going well there. In terms of the rally, I know this was a subject matter that the board had been concerned about, as well as some of the rest of us. But at the board's nest, we continue to try to get a handle of that situation. Rough estimates would be we had to move about 200 bikes yesterday. And that's just in the first attempt. It doesn't count what we had to do when we went back. I'm happy to report that the owners of the boar's nest seem to be working with us, but I think it kind of puts to scale what we're trying to get our hands around, so to speak. I don't find it to be too dissimilar from the situation that we dealt with a few years ago at Devil's Bathtub, where it takes a while to figure out what's actually going to work. Perhaps one of the differences here, though, is that this is a strong influx over a short period of time, and I would consider it to be somewhat exigent. No less so than our collective concerns over the fire danger, which brings us kind of to a point that maybe Dr. Alka would talk about as well. But as we have tried to brainstorm on what we could do, I think the particular type of signage that sends a message as opposed to just, a printed version might help people if we had it on either side. Help those folks traveling through get slowed down and realize before they round the corner exactly what they're like. I admittedly don't know much about the purchase of those signs. I do not have, having spoken with John, I don't believe it's something that, we're going to run down to the local sign dealer and hook one up and get it here. But as we also have Cool Deadwood Nights right around the corner, I think it would be smart to try to look into the purchase of a sign and get a little bit better defense towards what we're trying to control up there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think there's been discussions amongst the sheriff's office, sheriff and John Bay and Paul about redeploying the 2 digital signs that we have. They're currently on 85 and then I think down by Nemo. And I think Paul is going to allow those to be moved up by the boar's nest and then work with John to replace them in those other locations with the standard hard signs, at least for the duration of the rally, right? He's also checking to see if we can either rent or borrow a digital sign from somebody else. He's checking with the state. John Bay checked with the city of Deadwood today. Everybody seems to have theirs deployed somewhere else. And so also he's looking at getting a price on one as well. And in that regard, I would mention that you do have, I think it's 42,000, I think, in your commissioner's contingency fund. So those are funds that have already been levied for. And, would you consider now or in the future authorizing us to buy one more digital sign, so then we would have 3. And we can come back with numbers, obviously, but I don't know what the lead time is on getting one of those. And we'd probably like to have it by Cool Deadwood Nights. And so anyway, I throw that out there for your consideration.
Yeah, Commissioner Ewing?
What's the price?
He's checking. We don't know. And I think you can spend probably as much as you want to. So we would get sort of more of the standard ones, I think. But I don't have a price. I may have one by the end of the meeting, but I don't have one now.
What's a life worth?
Well, yeah. And I think that's maybe, and I would defer to the sheriff, but you have people off their motorcycles walking along the highway for quite a ways, half a mile, quarter of a mile. I don't know how far they're out. You've got the traffic coming around the corners there, and the idea would be to get them slowed down.
I think the reality that we all can understand is that we don't get to pick one exigent circumstance over the other. It's our responsibility to, mitigate both. And I'm working with one of our chief deputies to come up with a plan. We're actually looking at posting a deputy up there. And I might add a deputy we don't necessarily have to spare, but that's my assessment of the risk up there. And so we're looking at 2-hour shifts, just running everybody 3 peak hours to make sure that we can keep those thoroughfares open.
So is the risk being caused by the parking of the bikes out in the no parking area?
That's correct.
So can the sign also say no parking?
It's really, I wish it were that simple.
I don't know if that's a DOT thing or.
It's a state highway.
Yeah.
And yet, we have good partnerships with the state. The shortest answer that I can give you, Commissioner, is that it's just not that simple. There are areas and there are ways that they can park that are perfectly legal. It doesn't mean that even legally parked vehicles necessarily provides a safe transition around those corners. So we can only deal with those that are parked illegally. And it takes a fair amount of forebodings to really get that through.
If they're parked outside the white line, they're legal, correct? Yeah.
And that's the difficulty.
So that, yeah, and then you got them for a month. Is there something we can do to create a guaranteed not to exceed at this meeting so they don't have to wait for it? I mean,
If you want to, again, I have no ballpark whatsoever to offer you. I can just tell you what your available funds are.
I think that what I can find here is, they're roughly around that 20,000, anywhere from $18,450 to $21,500. So anywhere in that $20,000.
that's the ones on the trailer.
Yep, that's one just like what we have.
Are there other times that they can be useful elsewhere? Can we use 3 all the time?
Oh yeah, we can, in the highway department, we use them all the time. In the summer, we advertise for chloride. We do it with 2. We're all the time wishing we had more.
We don't know how long it takes to get them, I assume.
I don't have that information.
Mr. Chairman, I think Paul got the last 2 by a grant and it took 3 years.
No, my.
So he could pursue that again in 3 years.
It took 3 years to get the grant through.
Yes.
So Sheriff, when you said you had to move 200 bikes, what does moving entail? What does that mean exactly?
I don't want to make light of it, but basically, when a couple of uniformed deputies and marked vehicles show up with a wrecker and they start loading bikes up on the wrecker, there's a sprint to try to prevent your bike getting towed. And so I don't mean to imply that the deputy physically touched 200 bikes, but that just gives you the scale of what they're dealing with up there. So it's a mad dash.
But some bikes were towed.
Well, that's left up to the wrecker operator. Now, once the wrecker operator gets your bike up on his unit, it's going to cost you some money to get your bike off of that unit, but it doesn't necessarily mean that your bike goes to the tow yard. So
You can pay your bill on the spot. You can drop it down.
apparently that's acceptable.
I'm staying out of this one.
Well, I think we'll probably continue to look into what the sign would cost and how long it would take to get here.
Okay.
Probably no sense designating funds to get there before we have that information. Yes,
Mr. Chairman, I just want to let you, I just drove by Louis just now, and they've got some plastic sandwich boards sitting out on the highway, and there are no parking spots as well. So, just
Okay, thank you.
We'll report back.
Yeah. Okay. Anything
Unless
else?
you have something for me, that's what I have. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Okay, moves us into the highway report, Mr. Bay.
Okay, I don't have a lot today. I do have a private approach permit. Ron Blum is requesting permission to improve an existing approach off the Galena Road. There is some adequate site distance for the location of the approach. There's already kind of a turnout there to this property. It's never been developed. But to actually improve that and turn it into a real approach, it's going to require some work. As far as site distance goes, the main concern is just some vegetation, just some light brushy bushes and things like that. I did include that as a condition of the permit, that all of that would have to be removed at the owner's expense to improve that site distance.
And that's outside of the right of way, I assume?
Much of it's outside of the right of way, yeah. It's on the inside curb, so I would say the majority of it's outside the right of way. So, but it would be sufficient. The site distance measures fine now. You just have to look through the brush to see it, so it would have to be removed. And the other concern is it is in a floodplain, but the applicant has secured engineer services and has also applied for all the proper permits. He's done everything that was requested of him. He's got the floodplain permit from planning and zoning, and he has also sent to me all of his 404 permits with the Army Corps of Engineers, and they have sized a culvert. I did leave it up to the applicant and the engineer to do the culvert sizing, and they've got that information. That was also a condition of the permit. The engineer will determine the culvert dimensions by hydraulic analysis, and then of course the approach will remain perpendicular to the Galena Road. And with all those being met, I would recommend approval of this application.
Move to follow recommendation.
Second. And moved by Tisdale, second by Comer to follow highway superintendent recommendations and approve the approach permit. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries. That does bring me to a question, John, before you move on there.
Sure.
Just trees or brush that are outside of the right of way, but do inhibit sight distance? Is there anything does state law permit doing anything about that?
It doesn't permit us to do anything about that outside of the right of way, but as far as a condition to any kind of a permit, I believe that is in our power to request and I guess require the removal of that brush to create the adequate amount of sight distance.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I pulled up to a stop sign the other day and it was, you kind of had to look around a tree to see if anybody was coming. So just got me
If
wondering.
it's within the right of way, like on a county road, state statute requires us to remove that, and we're pretty diligent in the winter months. We spend a fair share of our winter months clearing and cutting brush. We have run into some problems with Forest Service. The Forest Service doesn't quite agree with us what is considered brush within the right of way. They don't like us to cut trees, full-size trees, anything 6 inches or larger, they would like a permit to cut. So we've kind of had arguments with them, but we've always been able to kind of come to an agreement. But yeah, I mean, state law requires us to clear the right of ways.
Okay, thank you.
The other thing I have in here is it's that time for our 5-year highway bridge improvement plan, and we would like to schedule a public meeting for September the 1st, 2026 at 9 o'clock. So the first meeting in September.
So move. Second.
And moved by Tisdale, seconded by Ewing to set the our 5-year highway bridge improvement plan public hearing for September 1st at 9 a.m. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, time is set.
And it was, we did receive some information on that a plat from the city of Spearfish that was brought in front of you the last 2 meetings. Myself and Mr. Alka went out there yesterday and looked, and they have constructed or started to construct the road on the north portion of that section line. The city they did approve that plat with just the 33 feet of the section line being approved, which was consistent with our motion that we made last meeting. Still kind of leaving the consequence of, who may be responsible for that section line in the future. We did reach out to the developer. We've talked to him in the past about it, but I think there's a new solution possibly of vacating that section line. So that's something that we're kind of looking into. And maybe Bruce could elaborate on that a little bit, but we haven't heard back from the city yet about that.
Sure. On the board is the email I got from Jamia, and she might be online or Peter too. We're a little early, but I think the city did approve the plat consistent with your motion at your last meeting to include, obviously, for example, they say have a road maintenance agreement. And so this was kind of brought up, I think, at your last meeting, but this is a draft road maintenance agreement. It limits that portion of Centennial Road to the legal description in the document. So although we do maintain part of Centennial Road to the east, we have never maintained this section. So I think the differentiation is baked into the agreement, if that makes sense. Would like, authorization to consistent with what the city approved, to have the developer, have Rory make sure that all of his buyers are aware of this obligation. It says that the county's not part of it. It's shared between those owners. And then if you are okay with that, and then the other thing is, bear with me, is to consider in the past, you have had, when people have improved a section line, you've made them enter into an agreement. An example is on the screen. Maybe that's not necessary now. The most recent example that I could think of was on the Creek City Road for development of that little bit of a section line. You kind of have already authorized it. You've said that the county has no intention of ever improving the road or maintaining it. That's what language is kind of in this agreement. So it might be unnecessary. I don't know. I throw that out there for your consideration. And then, as John Bay referenced, one thing might be either presently or in the future is to vacate that part of the section line that's being improved. That way the county is out of it, right? The road is otherwise publicly dedicated over top. So there's essentially two layers of public dedication on there. So if you vacate the section line, the other public dedicated right of way still exists, right? But then our tie to it is gone, and it becomes, in my mind, not unlike any other platted subdivision road that you approve and apply. It's publicly dedicated, and there's no issue of the county ever maintaining it or less.
Yes, Commissioner Tisdale.
Would vacating that kind of clear us out going the rest of the way? I mean, it's on their master plan to do that road all the way across on that section line. And if we vacate this, wouldn't we use that as tool thereon? And so there's really no question the county would have to ever do anything with that road.
I like it. Now that might, I don't know, that might impact leverage later on with a landowner, to the east, for example, and say, well, we have this section line, we can put that in, whether you want to or not, negotiate something different. Does that make sense? From the county's perspective, I'd love to see it all vacated, and that just clears it up. But I don't know, again, if that's going to sort of affect the city or somebody else later on in the future.
I think we vacate this small piece.
I would like to be able to recommend to the developer that he come in forthwith and get that process started.
There he is.
Hey,
Rory,
hey, we're just taking.
good. Hi, Rory. We're just talking about a couple of things, if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go ahead.
You worked with Eric to put together that maintenance agreement.
Yes.
We would, I think the commission would like to have you go forward with that for all of your buyers.
Okay,
I
perfect.
think as is. The second thing is whether or not they want you to enter into an agreement to improve the section line. Of course, the work is underway. That might be not necessary in this instance. And then thirdly would be to pursue a vacation of that 33 feet. It's a process through the auditor's office. Brad could help you do an exhibit. It's relatively simple. We can visit more about that. And then the section line is gone. Your platted right of way remains, but then the county essentially is more or less out of the picture. Do you follow me on that?
Sounds good to me. That's
Yeah.
great. Yes.
I
That
don't
sounds
really
good.
follow him, so that sounds good.
No, I get it though, yeah. Then the county's out of it. Who owns it?
I think by statute, you own underneath of it, but there's a 66-foot right of way over your neighbor's property and your property by statute. So if it gets vacated, that 33 feet, it's yours.
Okay,
I
that's
think,
what I thought. That's fine.
visit with Eric because he's your lawyer, but I think
Okay.
that's what the statute says. So if you split it up, it goes 33 feet this way, 33 feet that way to the extent of the property.
Okay. Sounds good.
So separating the section line from the public right of way is where I'm confused.
Yeah, so,
You can vacate a section line, but maintain the public right of way?
yeah, because it's platted over top of it. It's dedicated by the plat.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I think there was some confusion that by dedicating the right of way on the plat, that somehow replaced or removed the section line, but I don't think that's the case. I think that the only way the section line goes away is if it's statutorily removed through the process. Otherwise, you have this double layer. And so what I'm talking about is, so I think the public dedication is 40 feet of 33 feet of that is the north part of the section line. So you would vacate that part of the section line in that 40 feet. So 33 feet of that. The section line on the north half, the south half would still remain. So you'd still have theoretically 33 feet there as well. Unless you wanted to consider getting rid of the section line in its entirety for that stretch of the property. Does that make sense? But I was just gonna go with the 33 feet on Rory's property because that's what he owns.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm throwing that out there for your,
But the neighboring landowners on the other side should probably be notified and
and they would
give them the option.
Yeah.
Do they want
yeah.
to join in?
And you can reach out to them too and see if they would join. Is that possible, Rory?
Yeah, I know them both, so I can
Okay.
ask them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what they'll say, but
I just gotta make sure that it's kind of clear, but, you know, in protection of the county, for us to enter a road maintenance agreement on a section line, I don't think we have the ability to do that. But I think that's why going forward with this vacation makes kind of sense and it's good for the county. You know, this road maintenance agreement, yeah, that's cool and it's great, but I don't know that we really have any kind of ability to enact that with a private developer.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, and I think this agreement is between Rory and whoever he sells the property to, so the county isn't a signatory to it, but it just assures that there's notice out there that the county is not gonna have anything to do with this. So it's a layer of protection for the county, which it would only get better, I think, if that part of the section line were vacated.
okay.
Is that clear?
Well, thanks, guys.
But two things I think, Rory, if I may, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Is if you would make sure that, work with Eric, that agreement, the maintenance agreement gets passed on to all your buyers.
Yeah,
And then we can work with the auditor's office about a petition to vacate.
okay. Yeah, I'll start that right
That's
away.
what I was just gonna say, go
Okay.
and talk with Crystal, she'll get you that paperwork to
Okay.
get that started.
Sounds good. So we can sign it today?
You need your exhibit.
Yeah.
You need. the
Brad.
exhibit from
Oh,
your-
I'll get it from
your
Brad.
surveyor,
Okay,
yes.
cool. All right,
With
thank
the
you.
legal description.
It's pretty
Okay.
easy.
He's done them before, so he's aware of how it works.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
See you later.
Anything else? I don't have anything
Well,
else unless you have something for me.
Post Stake Road, I got a call yesterday from Pearls.
I spoke with them as well.
I guess, what I'm struggling with on that, they said that they had to do something real fancy on that north side in order to just extend the culvert and fill it in.
Well, because of the depth of it, the engineers are recommending some sort of piling there. So after I spoke with Kroll yesterday, they were gonna reach out to the engineer and I have not heard back from either of them yet. But they're gonna see if they can come to any kind of different solution.
I mean, back in the day, they filled that in to make the road that was there. I don't know what the issue is of extending that culvert and
I
pretty
think it
much doing
has
the same thing.
because of the depth, the amount for the angle of repose to hold the road up, it's gonna be extremely far at the bottom. So I think that is the concern because of that depth. And that was the reason they wanted to go to the south to begin with. It's not as deep, so.
No, it's not much different. I've been in both of them. Is that similar to what they're doing on I-90, close to Whitewood? That
Yes,
would be,
it'd be very similar.
it goes a long ways out there.
Yeah, it would be the same process, you know, for that, you know, the angle of repose is what it's gonna take for the width at the bottom to hold the amount of material for the depth of, that it has to get to the width at the top. So the deeper it is, the wider it's gotta be.
So it's a stability issue.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I understand that, but it's certainly something that can be done.
Well, and like I said, when I spoke with both of them yesterday, they're trying to come to a solution, so.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what that is. I don't have an answer today.
It can be done, it just needs to be done right, so that road.
Yeah,
doesn't
right.
slough off
No, I
in the future.
understand that, but
Anything else for us? Okay, thanks very much,
All right,
John.
thanks, you guys. Have a great day.
Okay, we'll take a little break here while Amber comes down and gets set up for, I guess Jermaine is here. Do we want to see if she had anything else to add?
Jamia, this is Bruce. Rory was in and, I don't know if you had a chance to hear, but I think we're good to go.
Glad to hear it. Thanks, folks.
Thank you for your time. I'm gonna mute it now while we transition.
Yep, we'll take a 5 or 10 minute break here. Okay, we'll come back to order. Next up, campaign sign ordinance. 2602, is that correct?
Yep. This is the second reading, so you guys saw this at the last meeting. There was no changes from what I had presented at that time. Bruce and I had gone through it, and this is following what the current state law says for inside city limits municipalities. We're just changing it to be out in the county.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but right now, because Lawrence County does not have this as an ordinance for the timing, that we cannot enforce taking campaign signs down.
Correct.
Yes. So that's why you're still seeing some campaign signs out and about.
And I will tell you, if they're on state DOT right away,
Mhm.
as far as I know, they won't touch them. That's what I've been told.
So what would we like to do? We can approve or disapprove the sign ordinance today, since it's second reading.
Motion to approve.
Then moved by Ewing, seconded by Comer, to approve the sign ordinance as presented in the previous meetings. Any other further questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries. Or did Randy go get a cup of coffee? And you want to grab a cup of coffee, so he'll be back momentarily, but we can go
I
ahead.
guess so. I'll mess this up. I don't know what he's got going on.
This time, this.
Ready, set.
Someone's been a chatty Cathy.
You're up next here.
You told me I had time for a cup of coffee.
Oh, you're going next door to get it. As soon as we get it brought up here, we'll start.
Thanks for stalling, Amber.
I'm trying, just for you.
You better set that on the table before you burn yourself.
I'll burn you. Problem, I don't want to steal it. It's hot.
So this is where are we? Second reading. So this is the second reading for the change of zoning. There's really no changes from last time. The easiest, we had a hard time pulling up some of the documents because the files are so big on the computer. So I asked him to print, so you guys have those. You can see the change of zoning location a little bit easier on there. It's on the upper, where are we? Right here. Yep. And then there's a map down there too. But it's just doing a change of zoning from the Park Forest to the Planned Unit Development District, which is what the remainder of the Deer Mountain Village is. So it's adding in that acreage to the overall. And then as part of that, there's a whole write-up in here that you guys had from last time, so I'm not gonna go through everything, but as part of that, you were able to also look at the development plan, which was in your guys' packet. And then there is a big one here. We had a hard time getting it printed because it's so big. So this is the big one, everybody. It was also available online that you could download. That's the amended master plan. So keep in mind, you have the change of zoning first. And then as part of that, he's updating the master plan and the development agreement so that it's all cohesive between the whole development. Because we want all of those pieces put together. So that's why we have the two different documents. So I think with this one, if you would decide to approve the change of zoning, we would want 3 motions. You want the change of zoning, then the approval of the amended master plan, and then the approval of the final development agreement. So that's kind of what I have. Do you have anything to add?
Well, I don't have anything to add for the rezoning, but I do have some bullets for the other
For
two
the other
items.
two. So I didn't know if you guys wanted to, usually you kind of do all 3 of them, but we do them separate. Did you want to talk about the change of zoning first?
Yes.
And
I
then you
think-
can go into detail because he can provide some more
I think
information.
that would be
on
the
those.
easiest
Okay.
way to keep all this straight.
Yep.
If we did the change of zoning first.
Yep.
Is everybody familiar with what we're doing here? We're just adding 61 acres into the planned unit development.
And it does not change the building rights.
Correct. The overall density.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Then moved and seconded to approve the change of zoning. Number 373. Any further questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, that motion carries. And then we take up the master plan. The master plan.
We're gonna do the master plan first. Or then the development
Master plan
agreement.
would be
Yeah.
the correct
That
order,
would be the correct order.
because the development agreement is reliant on the change of zoning and then the master plan. And the master plan, while you're bringing that up, if I may,
Yep, go
Yes.
for it.
the big, if you look at the first 10 pages, I did it so you could see what the changes were. I did in red the changes and the strike throughs in reds, what's being omitted. Basically, it changes the language to include the 61 acres. And it reaffirms the dent that we cannot have any more than the 200 water taps, which 13 are dedicated to the clubhouse right now. So that leaves us a remaining of 187. That has not changed. So that's the number of lots that we can final plat would be the 187. So what will happen next is you'll start seeing preliminary plats come in and final plats come in, and when we get to that total, we'll stop and we'll either get to that total and not plat some because it'll stay green space, or make the lots bigger, or combine lots. We've already combined like 6 lots and we've created 3 new. So we'll be all tracking that 187. The only thing that can change on 187 is if you read the water agreement, it speculates that they will need 13 for the clubhouse, but until that's confirmed, 3 could become available. If those 3 become available and 10 are only needed, will come to you. Because the earlier master plan showed some townhouses and other things down in this area in block A1, and those are removed, and it's mentioned their removal in this document. So the development plan for the clubhouse has been approved, but it didn't include any of those multifamily residences or townhouses or anything. So if we do anything down there to develop that further, we come through the process again. We dedicate a certain number of taps and we get a new development plan approved. So the point is the county always has the seat at the table to decide what we're able to do managing the 187 taps. I'll remind you that this development originally, when it was Mystic Minor, had 489 lots. And so we're doing 187. And we've added now 180 acres to it. So the density is much less than that original PUD, and it's engaged. The other one would have never come to fruition just because of the infrastructure. Now we have one that's working real well. So with those 9 pages of changes, and then this new map, that was the change in the development plan. Then you go to a page about 85, and it shows the new road design in the 61 acres and the water design in the 61 acres. And that's also in there. So that's additional appendix to it. And if you go through those digitally, you'll see the appendix of change are in red too. So if it's approved, I will take the red out and present that to plan and zoning so they have it as record. I just thought it's easier for you to understand what we've done by having it that way.
Is this the road that comes up through here? That you spoke of, or
Deer Mountain Roads.
Yeah, the summit
Summit
road.
Road.
access?
Three Summit Roads.
Yeah.
Jerry
Yes,
Summit's
yes,
right in the
okay.
middle.
Yep.
And that's where John's been watching, like along Summit Road, the different access points. And stuff.
Yeah, and we knew up front, and it was discussed when we came forward, that there would be limited approaches. Right now, I think we have 2 on the east side and 1 pending, and 3 on the west side. 1 was there before. So we limited that. We built 2 parallel service roads to service the lots to keep the traffic from coming into other traffics.
So Randy, looking at this plan, there's stormwater designs for this area. Did that,
It's in the road. It's in the road. That's right. Yeah.
making sure that they plan for that into the system.
And when we come through with the preliminary plat next month, we'll have updated water plans we're waiting for the DANR. So there's going to be some edits, typically a few edits when it's approved. And then we're working with the sanitary district. They review it as well as Daner because it's their water. And I will note that this is the only subdivision that I know in the county that has the 1,200 gallons a minute required by the ordinance for fire protection on structures. The fire hydrants have that capacity. So that's the development, or the, master plan.
Does everybody understand the master plan? Had a chance to look at it? Are you comfortable with the decision today? Or you need another week to look at it?
Motion to approve the master plan.
Second.
And moved by Ewing, seconded by Comer to approve the updated master plan. For what's the-
Deer Mountain
Deer
Village.
Mountain, Deer Mountain Ranch. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries. The development agreement.
Development agreement is updated to reflect the additional of the 61 acres. It's been floating around for Bruce to review for quite a while. I don't know if he has any comment.
Okay.
Is it ready for us to sign if they approve it? Okay. So it basically encompasses everything we talked about earlier. It changes the master or the development agreement to include those documents.
And I think for signature wise, we would have Randy take it to have Keating sign, and then we'll get it from you. So just, I think in the past, you can you just sign it. When we get it, yeah. Yep.
I'll just have the owner stop.
Yeah, he'll go stop over and sign it, and then we can probably catch you on the 25th.
Okay.
Come back up.
So the motion needs to include authorization from the side.
Yes, yes, please.
Make a motion for Commissioner Jennings to sign the agreement.
Second.
And moved by Comer, seconded by Tisdale to authorize the chairman to sign the general development agreement for Deer Mountain Village. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen. If you have any questions, let me know.
Okay, thank you.
will.
Mr. Chairman, I think Amber can have you sign it now so that it's ready.
Yeah, I'll find you. I can print one.
So moving on, I think you saw a copy of the effect is provided. I think we're making good progress on noxious weeds for these plats. Moving on to 2026-38 for plat, preliminary and final plat.
All right, so this one is just a lot line adjustment. They purchased the neighboring lot and want to combine it in with their existing lot. So you can see the former lot line is right here. There's a garage that sits on this other building, but it's been there a long time. The garage has, this person purchased it. They're just combining it all together.
So we're just making two lots into one.
Motion is exempt.
Second.
And moved by Tisdale and second by Ewing to make the plat exempt fire mitigation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, that motion carries.
Motion to approve the preliminary and final plat. Second.
And moved by Tisdale, second by Comer to approve the preliminary and final plat. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Okay, that one is approved. 39.
This one is also a lot line revision between two lots. You can see here it's adding in this little tiny piece. It's due to a building that they want to put in. They couldn't meet the setback from their old property line, which was here, so they purchased some property from the neighbor to make it work, and they're just redoing the two lot lines.
Changing a straight line into a jog, is it?
Yes.
It
It bothers Eric that it's not a straight line.
Someone brought that
Key
up.
line.
Yes.
Motion that it's exempt.
Second.
Then moved by Tisdale, second by Ewing to make it exempt. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay. That is exempt.
Okay.
What do we want to do on the lot line revision?
Motion to approve the preliminary and final plat.
Second.
Moved by Tisdale, second by Comer to approve the preliminary and final plat. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, that motion carries. you're ready with number 41?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
The next one is a lot in Wilderness Estates. That was one of the original subdivisions within Powderhouse Pass. There's an existing house on one lot, lot 8, and they would like to purchase lot 9 and combine them into one lot. So it'll be lot 8A. It's actually decreasing density in the overall subdivision. So
So this is 2 lots into one?
2 lots into one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Move to approve the preliminary and the final.
Second.
And moved by Flanagan, seconded by Tisdale to approve the preliminary and the final. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? It was just Brandon, it wasn't Connor.
It's okay.
We had a jump over.
All right.
So number 42.
Yep, this one is final plat within Black Hills Properties, which is Auburn Acres, Powderhouse Pass. They are doing final lots within that subdivision. They meet all of the requirements, fire plans in place, infrastructure, bonding, all the fun stuff. It's just a final because it met the preliminary.
Motion to approve the final.
Second. And moved by Ewing, seconded by Colmer to approve the final plat. Any further questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. Is also approved. Number 43.
This one is for Spirit of the Hills Wildlife Sanctuary. Mike Wojcinski, he is breaking off a portion. It's right up here in the corner. So we're the intersection of McGuigan, North Rochford, sorry, North Tinton Road, North Tinton Road, and then Tinton Road, where it all comes together. It's up here in the corner. It does meet the requirements of the park forest. Oh, fine, then that's not gonna work. Of the, let's try this. Must have got moved. Okay. So with this, you'll have to, I guess, look at your actual staff report. I can't pull them up. There you go. So this is the corner. Here's all the roads. So McGuigan Road, North Tinton Road here, and then Tinton here. It's 5 acres. It meets the requirements of park forest. 25-foot setback all the way around is showing. We have had a few discussions with people asking about this lot because there is that major power line that runs through it. So there's an easement. So if something were to be built on this, they're going to have this easement to deal with too. Plus you have a section line here. That's just what it is, but they just know going into it, everything's showing on the map. I did talk to John Bay regarding access to this lot. They have not submitted, an access permit yet. They can at some time. We don't have to have it on here. It's just he is aware of it already. He had kind of said that his intention, would probably be somewhere in here so that so it meets across from each other if there was something, but they have not asked for anything yet. But he is aware of it and he signed a plat already, so.
And that's covered with the building permit.
It would, yeah, we would require them to show, have their access permit anyways, so he knows that he'll have to go there.
Move to approve the preliminary and final plat.
Second. It's been moved by Tisdale, second by Colmer to approve the preliminary and final plat for 2026-43. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, so approved.
Last one is also a lot line revision. Preliminary and final, it's a little jog again.
This is straighten it up, isn't it?
Yes, it does straighten.
Does
It makes the
straighten it.
non-straight
Straight
line a straight line.
Motion
So
for
this
exempt.
was the old one,
Second.
now it's here.
Then moved by Ewing, seconded by Tisdale to approve the preliminary and final.
No.
Exempt is what you were doing. Sorry.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, it is exempt.
Now I'll make a motion to approve the preliminary and final. Second.
Been moved by Ewing and seconded by Comer to approve the preliminary and the final plat for 2026-44. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries.
I think that's all I got.
Takes care of you.
Thank you, Amber.
I'll check that. This way.
You have another one, Bruce, did you print it? I got it. Please do not have to sign those two. That's the ordinance and the change of voting. I will do that. Thank you. You want mine? What are next?
Yeah.
I'm next.
Yeah, Brenda's next.
I don't know which one's that. That's up to Bruce now.
You should just step away.
Yeah, I should. I've got the plans on my screen.
Okay.
So at the end, if you want.
Send in the copy.
There.
Somebody gonna help me sign it. That's the right spot.
Or you want me to come back
It'll be a
down?
little bit.
I'll listen.
Okay,
Back
thank
down.
you.
Yep.
Sometimes it-
So we continued the preliminary budget or provisional budget from last time, just hoping that we would get some more numbers. We gotten any insurance numbers yet?
Yes, Chairman, we did. So we did make a motion to approve the provisional budget at the last meeting. Since then, the past weekend, I received the updated health insurance for 2027, and it came in at 1.25% increase. We do have an insurance committee meeting on Thursday and the 13th. So I went ahead and updated the budget with a 2% health insurance increase. So I was just wondering if I could have a motion to amend the 2027 provisional budget with a 3% cost of living, 2% health insurance increase, and set the public hearing for September 1st, 2026 at 9:30 for the consideration and the adoption of the 2027 annual budget. Also, as you can see, with the decrease from, I had originally a 10% in there, I now have the 2%, which got rid of the 113,000 that we were over. So the budget is now balanced with the revenues and the budget request. So,
cash.
yes, so that was a good email to get this past weekend. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, significantly less than our last year's increase. We're back down.
yes,
Appreciate all the employees being healthy,
yes.
taking care of themselves.
Very much
That's what it is.
So moved.
Second.
Then moved by Flanagan, seconded by Tisdale to amend the budget to reflect the updated insurance costs and just leave it at that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries. Your approved is amended.
Thank you very
So
much.
that will get published, is that
Yes.
correct?
I'll get it sent to the paper once we adjourn today.
Okay, and then that budget is back on for a public hearing on September 1st. That was all you had, wasn't it?
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
We're up to the Spearfish Senior Center request for mining severance tax funds.
I don't see if Stephanie's here
Yeah,
yet.
we got it covered. Yep, go ahead.
We're working with Randy's recommendation.
And if you could just give us your name.
My name's Doug Schmidt.
Yep.
306 Poly Drive, and I'm a member of the board
Mhm.
of the senior center.
Thanks, Doug.
So Randy, would you like to?
Yeah, well, yes, Randy Dybert, 1715 Scott Avenue. I'm on the steering committee for the building fund. And we had talked to you last meeting about having some of the severance tax money apply to this once we get to a certain point, have a trigger on our fundraising. The request was for $100,000. If you want to give more, that's just fine. But it's roughly a $3 million budget, and we would like that pledged and then triggered when we get to a certain point, is what we suggest.
So as one of the conditions for using mining severance tax money, it needs to do something to stimulate the economy. How do you see that, this project stimulating the economy of Lawrence County?
Subsection 2 of the statute.
If I may, Mr. Chairman?
Sure.
Obviously, this is a place that's open to the public and rented to the public for events, which brings people to town. It keeps the seniors locally, spending their money locally. And it supports not only Spearfish, but the surrounding area, retail trade area. And so it does put money into the economy by people coming to town and participating in their events.
Good answer.
We're also looking at adding events to the center. One of them was pickleball. It's a growing sport, and we're looking at an indoor facility. It won't be anything real fancy. We use the floor on the lines, and we would use it at that time at different times, but we could still set tables and chairs on it. And we're just looking at our senior citizens are changing in their complexity. The new senior citizens are active, they're walkers, they're pickleball guys, people, and they're just they're different. And we're looking to accommodate the need for those people.
To add to that, the new facility offers a lot more opportunity for programming, to expand the program.
Yes.
Up on the board, our minutes from a prior meeting, where the cursor is at, is how you handled the request from the Lead Community Center. And then down below is how you handled the request for the Whitewood Community Center. So I'll make it bigger.
Thank you.
Let me see better. This one and then the bottom. I highlighted, but you can't really see it. That's how you did it.
So you need a motion? Okay, I'll make a motion that we pledge $100,000 out of the interest from the mining severance tax fund for the purposes of the new Spearfish Senior Center and the 5-year, that's the correct way to.
What's the dollar amount they got it raised?
3 million?
3.5.
You would have to have that 3.5 raised within 5 years, according to how you've done it in the past.
That was my motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved by Ewing, seconded by Tisdale to approve using mine severance tax fund interest to pledge to Spearfish Senior Center of $100,000 contingent on the raising 3.5 million for the project within 5 years. Is that correct?
Correct, yep.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. Okay, motion carries.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
All right, next we have Jeff Schroeder, Deputy Code Enforcement. We also need to recess the County Commission and reconvene as Board of Adjustment.
Move to recess as county commission and reconvene as board of adjustment.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to recess County Commission and convene as Board of Adjustment. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed, nay?
At this time, do you want to approve the,
We do.
like make a motion to approve the minutes for Board of Adjustment from last meeting?
Second.
Yeah.
It's been moved by Ewing, seconded by Tisdale to approve the Board of Adjustment meetings from July 30. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, those minutes are approved. All right, now you're up, Jeff.
All right, got some annual reviews for you to take care of. The first few are some second residences. First one is for 417 Donald Kissick. It's in place and still being used as it was intended, so no complaints. We will recommend a review another 12 months. CP 416 Sherry Anderson is the same way. Parents are living in the second residence as per the conditions. No complaints. We will look at it in a year. 402 Nicole Cook. It is currently used as it was permitted. I have talked to her more than one time on this. So far, everything is still going as it should, so we'll do another review in 12 months. And 381 Riddick, no changes, everything's, no complaints, everything's still being used and we will look at that in 12 months as well. Oh, I guess I have one more. Excuse me. 380-20, the Winberg. That is also still being used as intended, and we will look at that again in 12 months. Okay. Before I get into the next set, which are the some gravel pits, and that's from the Johnner ones that they run. You should have in your packet an email that I got from Brett Graves from the state DNR stating, I've said two different ones and I get the same answer to each one. And that is we do not have any construction aggregate mine license violations. So the state has none. I've asked them on 2 different occasions and I've had the same answer. So here we go. 456, this is the Eaton pit. Following conditions, no complaints. So I've attached their annual review, each one of these for you guys to look at. 435 Canyon Creek, same thing. This is Charles Edwards, no changes. They're following policy and no complaints. So we'll look at that again. 373, the Herm pit. Again, no changes, and we'll look at it again next time. And their annual report is attached with all of them. So if we don't have any questions on those, as you're also aware, on the 3rd, received a formal complaint on the Kroll Larson pit. Had a wind storm kind of come up all of a sudden. We received it late in the day. I called Brian Marchant from Kroll right away. He had also spoken with Commissioner Ewing. They shut it down at about 3:30, and we're sprinkling it as we speak. So I called our complainer back, Kristen, and explained what was that has been taken care of. She seemed very appreciative of that. On the 4th, Bruce and I called Brian again and kind of talked to him through what happened, and he said he would send an email or someone would with a response of what happened and also some DNR reports and other findings that they have. So that has been, I believe that's been sent to you as well. So they have passed everything from the state. Apparently no silica was found on site, and they have, I think they learned a little bit of a lesson, and they're working to do better. And
the state actually came out and did opacity readings.
They did. Yeah. One thing if you read that, when they go to shut down, they can't just all of a sudden flip the switch, shut it off. It takes a little bit for it to clean itself out.
They have to run, the conveyor's empty basically. So.
Yeah.
You have a question?
No, I was just gonna comment. I was up there when raking hay when that freak wind showed up, and I mean it destroyed my project at the same time. And of course I looked over because it's right across the road from me. They were in the process of shutting down, doing everything that they could, but you can't plan for a wind event like that. I mean, it was there just now and very strong. So I think they've done the best they could to take care of it.
I think this demonstrates also that we have a process and a protocol for complaints and what happens, and it was resolved very quickly.
Yeah. She seemed very pleased how quickly we jumped on it. So.
Yeah, she commented that to me too. And I will also mention that Brian Marchant offered to come up and do a further explanation today. I told him that wasn't necessary, or we conveyed to him that wasn't necessary, as he will be here in September doing a regular report. So we'll probably address it at that point. But he, like I said, was pointed out, he did send an email just to explain what happens, and that was a ferocious wind that hit all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Right. We just want to make sure everybody's aware with that was going on and stuff. On a quick side note, I left a message. I tried to call Dale Peters to tell him that it was board that was discussed this morning. He was down there, so I left a message on his phone. So
his neighbor across the highway has
Yeah.
come and talked to you before.
Yep. So, okay, thank you.
Nothing else, that's all I have.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Do we need to approve those or?
Not the ones that,
Do anything that we need to do? Okay. We would need to adjourn the Board of Adjustment, reconvene the county commission.
Make a motion to adjourn the Board of Adjustment and reconvene as county commissioners.
Second.
And moved by Comer, seconded by Ewing to adjourn the Board of Adjustment and reconvene as county commission. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay. We'll move on to SB 96, property tax relief. Have a copy provided of an ordinance that we would be proposing. I will do the first reading on that ordinance today, and I will also welcome any public comments on that ordinance. I don't know, Bruce, do you want to go through the ordinance? Would you like me to? This is an adaptation of the model that the state set out. We did incorporate some amendments that both Pennington and Meade County have placed in there, just to clean up some of the language for the purpose. And then also add in section 6 of the county administrative fee, just to spell out in the ordinance that the county has the opportunity to take up to 2% of the sales tax collected the first year for software improvements that will need to be made, and also extra staff time as we figure out how to adopt the credits on there. And then there's also $20,000 a year after to make up for the extra staff time that will be involved. I think those are the major differences from the model. It just establishes a 0.5% sales tax on gross receipts on all tax items, goods and services that municipalities can.
Starting January 2027.
Yep, starting January 1st, 2027. Any other comments or anything that I missed on the ordinance? So the process, of course, is we could do a first reading today and then set a second reading time at 1:02. So if there's any public comments, I would welcome them now. As with always our public comments, we welcome your public comment. We ask that as you do, please focus on respect, clarity, and adherence to procedure while keeping your comments to 3 minutes or less so that we may capture it in the minutes. Please give us your name and address. While making the comment, please be concise. State your specific comment, avoid personal attacks and profanity, and follow the chair's guidance, remembering that we are listening, but typically not engaging in back and forth dialogue during public comment, as the goal is effective communication, not debate. Any volunteers? Representative Fitzgerald.
Thank you. I'm Representative Mary Fitzgerald, 11212 196th Street, St. Ange, South Dakota. As a member of the House of Representatives, I would urge you to please pass this. Throughout the last legislative session, we heard from people all over the state asking us for relief. And Senate Bill 96 is Governor Rodin's bill that was passed by the legislature in an effort to try to help those people that are in need of reduction in their property taxes. We heard from a lot of elderly people that are really struggling to stay in their homes. And we think that this is a good solution, and that I would urge you to please vote for this. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the audience that would like to comment on the county sales tax?
Mr. Chairman.
Senator Diver.
Thank you, Randy Diver, Senator District 31. I really have a question that I would like answered. Is it your intent to collect the money and then distribute it, not estimate?
That portion is not in the ordinance. I think that's probably a separate decision.
So that will be,
which has not been discussed yet.
Okay. Well, I would just say that I think it's important to be cautious with that because you can't predict that very well.
Right.
And the estimates we have are just that, estimates. So my thought would be if you invoke this to collect the money before you distribute it, not speculate.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Tisdale, do you have a comment?
Just my intent is to collect it.
Yeah, same here.
I just have a question I would be interested in see what the actual monthly saleable tax
volume is in Lawrence County for like last 10 years. Do you guys have that information?
Go ahead. Sorry, Driver.
Thank you. Well,
By month.
the estimate is 6 million a year.
Okay.
Okay, and where that comes monthly, I don't think they have that information. Right now, when you report your sales tax, you don't identify what county that you're submitting from. Okay, what you submit is city and for the 4.2 for the state. So I talked to the Department of Revenue, they're developing a new form that when you report your sales tax, every county you work in, you will now report that. That's what I talked about, that it's not an exact number. The estimate was 6 million for Lawrence County, but we won't know how that comes in monthly until we go through it a year. So you know the markets here as well as I do. We have a
Yeah, they're up and down.
4 season.
That's why I'm interested, particularly seasonally wise, what that means for the county. I mean, because like last winter was pretty dry compared to previous winters. I mean, but then I take things in that are happening in the summer. So that's why I'm interested to see if anybody has that information available on a monthly basis, so we can see what the trends are.
I think the only way you could maybe do that is to look at the city sales tax that they get monthly, 3 cities that are collecting most of it. And then you could see, okay, this is what they've collected at their 2 cents, and then you could extrapolate it from there. That might be the only source you have currently.
And I do think things will change and we'll get more exact on that when that information is available, because we were, are all interested in that. But I would just say that any relief at all is absolutely better than this.
Well, and again, I'm going back to, it's not a release, it's a transfer. We're taking 21% of somebody's liability and transferring it to others to pay that.
See, I disagree with that.
Well, it's a tax shift.
It's a tax shift, yeah.
And may I just add to that, if I would have the opportunity to? In the state legislature, we have said that tax shift has already occurred, and that has occurred to the homeowners of our state. We pay far more tax than any other group. And so that is why we say that that shift has already happened.
Well, I looked at the tax rate for Lawrence County throughout the state, and it's number 60th out of 66. So it's low, with the average home value number 3 in the state, in Lawrence County.
Well, and I would disagree with that, because I hear from a lot of people that are paying well over $1,000 to $2,000 a month in property.
I just went by what I saw in the tax rate that was posted.
Sure.
Okay, anybody online that would like to comment? Okay, yep, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Rose Burns. I live at 3 South Main in Lead, and I agree with Mary. This is, something that has to happen for the homeowners. We were impacted with COVID-19 to the extent of people coming in and buying up property and paying exorbitant prices. I mean, I've lived in Lead all my life. It's amazing what they pay for these homes, and the taxes are something that continue to go up all the time, which is great if you sell your house, because the way the county assesses property is based on sales, and that sales just keeps going up and up and up. When you say it's a tax shift, I think it should be a tax shift. The people that are coming here and developing and vacationing and whatever, they use our roads, our infrastructure, everything as much as anyone else does that lives here. And we've continued to pick up that burden. This shifts some of the burdens to them. And I'm going to honestly say that I don't think they're going to notice the increase. There's many of them that come here, obviously, with a lot of expendable cash on their vacation. They won't even know you put a ½ cent tax on it. They'll just go on with life. But I think it's a step in the right direction, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rose.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Just would add a few notes, if I may, Senator Randy Dybert. It's important to note that Lawrence County does have one of the lowest mill levies in the state for the county tax. It's 2.81 roughly. And that's where the relief is coming from, this sales tax shift. There will not be relief at the city mill levies or the special levy. So those people that live in the city limits, Spearfish has roughly a 1.93 mill levy. Deadwood and Lead are both 4+. There's not going to be property tax relief there. And there's not going to be property tax relief through this effort at the school district level, with that mill levy from the state for the general fund and the special ed is about 4.16. Senate Bill 245 will give relief there. So those that live in the city limits will not see as big a percentage decrease in their taxes as those that live solely in the county. And that's because of the mill levies of the cities. So there's no relief at the city mill levies through this action.
Right, this is only the county portion of the property tax. Yes, thank you. Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thanks, sir. I'll be very brief. Charles Eagleson, Deadwood residents, Deadwood City Commissioner. I just mostly want to commend the county commission for taking this matter up as early as they're doing before, because we start our budget hearings obviously at the end, pretty soon, at the end of the month and going on through the end of the year, so that the sooner we know what's going to be happening on the tax thing, on the Senate Bill 96, it helps us over the city commission tremendously. So I just mostly here just want to commend you guys for taking it up at the time that you are. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. We've heard from everybody. Anybody else? So last call. Oh, yeah,
I just have a couple questions.
Sure.
It's just, so my name is Jasmine Polly. I've met most of you before. I'm representing Workforce Resources. We have kind of just generally trying to understand how this would affect us. And just to clarify, I wanted to understand, running some numbers. This is just purchases that are from inside the county. Like if we go down to Lynn's and we buy something, this is that. Is it a purchase for everything that we consume or use in Lawrence County, or just on the things that we buy in Lawrence County?
So it's only the things that you would purchase in Lawrence County. It's point of sale.
Point of sale.
Is what it is.
Okay.
And it's only applies to goods and services that are included in the municipalities. So like machinery, for example, I don't think that would apply.
Right.
Health insurance type or health items don't apply. Those are probably the major two, aren't they? So anything you pay tax on when you go to the cities, you would pay the county sales tax.
That's helpful.
If that.
Yep, that's very helpful. I'm sorry I was late. I didn't think we were doing this till 10, but
Yeah, we're just a little ahead.
all good. Do you know how much you would anticipate pulling in?
The estimates are right around 6 million. The 2024 estimates were a little under. The 2020 or 25 estimates were a little low. 26 estimates are just short, a smidgen above 6 million. That's from the Department of Revenue. Yes.
In real time, one of your listeners has provided this, returns from 2025. And so there's numbers there. Lawrence County.
So the columns are what?
I'm sorry.
So gross sales, use taxable and taxable sales. So the last column is what we be looking at mostly. Is that correct?
It's taxable sales, right?
Yes.
Yep. So it's the third column.
Yes.
So it'd be this column right here.
Okay.
I think. I appreciate Jeff for sending that.
Yeah, whoever sent that, thanks.
And I can print it off if you want me to right now.
Great.
Want me to? It'll take me a little bit.
So the revenue we would be generating would be 0.5% of the number in the third column. But you bring up a good point, Jasmine. It does affect large businesses. I thought about that in my agricultural business. Spend a lot of money that would be taxed.
I mean, when you compare it to the increase that Black Hills Electric is giving us, it's like a drop.
Yes. Way to be optimistic about it.
Yeah, I try.
You can write that off too if you have a business, or if you're an individual homeowner, you know.
Sure, yeah. I think for us, it's understanding. Obviously, we're trying to ensure that our business is economical for the long run. And anything to our bottom dollar will affect my life. So just trying to make educated decisions.
Yes. Any other questions? Last call online. Okay. We will move on. When do we want to set our second reading? Do we want to schedule that for the next meeting?
Yes.
I think we should. Okay, we will schedule that. I probably need a motion for that. For August.
This second reading will be held August 25th at 9:45.
So
It doesn't need to be a
Doesn't need a
motion.
motion. Okay, we'll just nail her down. Apparently approximately 9:45. Is that correct? Am I reading that correctly?
That's what he has listed on the agenda.
Give or take a few minutes.
Yep.
Okay, it moves us into items from the public. Is there any unrelated items that the public would like to mention? You have something, Senator Dyer?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Just vote yes on 96.
All right, we will close the public comment period then. Anything from the commissioners?
I have nothing. Nothing here?
Anybody either? Commissioner Flanagan, I assume, does not either. Did we lose him?
I do not, thank you.
He is still there, yep. All right, with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for your participating and for your comments.
So